Hey Libra, welcome in to your video. Okay, let's see what's going on with you guys. What is the situation for my Libras? We're going to go from November, I don't know, I want to say the 6th onwards, right? Going into your second week of November, Libra. So let me see what your situation is. Because I think we already did the first week of November. All right, I am debating whether you are a weekly or if I'm going to keep alternating you with Gemini. Let me see what you guys do. All right, Knight of Cups. You're having a heart-to-heart conversation here with somebody. And I think it's because you need to make a judgment call once and for all regarding a thing. Person, job, company. Definitely some sort of heart-to-heart. And it could be about, I don't know why I'm feeling like closure for some of you. We'll see when we clarify. Universe, angel, spirit guides. What's coming towards my Libras, please? Two of Wands, the Tower. Yep. You're like right at the door anyway. You're about to leave and go, disembark, and do the new thing. See, you do need to make a judgment call. The skeletons are falling out of the closet, Libra. The ghosts are coming out of the coffins. So you're like, I got to nail that shit back down. I got to put these to rest once and for all. I can't live like this. I got to continue. This is your time anyway. This is the new dawn, a new day for Libra, because it's that for all cardinal signs. But even more so, you got a lot of luck coming your way. And it's not just with relationships. It's in a way where you're being looked at differently now, right? But this tower is disruption. This tower is losing a job. This tower is breaking up. This tower was given to you on purpose because the universe said, wake up, Libra. You are going to stay in this fucking shit show forever and a day. And you don't belong here. You deserve more. You deserve better. All right? So I think you see this and you'd say, okay, it's time for me to leave because enough is enough. But we'll see when we clarify. What is it Libra doesn't see coming their way, please? That's Scorpio energy, by the way. Pisces energy just spit itself out. And there's you, Libra, with Justice. Okay. So High Priestess is talking about you not talking to this person, right? Or you're not discussing the main issue that you're having here with this individual. Clearly why you're trying to have a heart-to-heart here with someone. But the High Priestess is no talking. And if you are, it's not about the thing that you're supposed to talk about. Because for you, you're using your intuition to guide and protect you. I'm hoping you are. But moreover, it's like saying, what else are we going to talk about? We said everything there is to say. We put all our cards on the table. It's done. Either things need to change and the changing part could be just breaking up and moving on, or the changing part is that the other person or the both of you decide to change together. So you can both evolve as a couple. We'll see. Justice is back here. Now, this is karma correction. This is being fair, honest to all parties involved. This is when something wrong has been done to you. Now some justice comes in, all right? Because things were unbalanced. And back in the day, that's what we used scales for, right, guys? We used it to see what the true value was regarding something. Well, that's what's happening here. Others of you can be literal, like court. But the decision will be fair and balanced for all parties involved. I do see that there is confusion here between two people, though. And you will have to, make a sacrifice. Sacrifices, though, it doesn't have to be between two people. It could be like, well, I could live like this. It's all right. I don't mind having like 1,000 plants all over the house that I have to water and take care of because they belong to the person I love. So it's a sacrifice. It's fine. I can do that. Or this person is so toxic, but, at least I have a warm bed at night. I could deal with it. But can you? What is the advice here for Libra, please? The Fool, Aries energy. You guys are getting now major arcanas almost everywhere. This is taking a leap of faith and a risk regarding something without having something lined up. It's challenging you, though, to do it. Some of you, it's a brand new job or a solid new start, and it could be with a new person. Or just a solid new start here with someone. What's the outcome of the week for Libras, please? Another major arcana, Gemini, which is Lovers. You know what I'm going to say to you guys about lovers? They're not your spouse. They're not your boyfriend, your girlfriend. Some of you, you just met this person and you could be the third party. I know it's an in and out. I know it's a fling. I know it's an affair. I know it's casual and it's non-committal. The Page of Wands told me so. Someone is going in, partying, and then leaving, not staying to clean up. They don't care what happens to you. And yes, this can be vice versa, Libra. Until somebody rushes in and says something, leaving you to decide which path to take, which choice to take. So hard. So hard. Especially when it comes to lovers, because the bond is very real. You could be also trauma bonding. Or you could be bonding for serious reasons. That's why it's a choice, despite your odds. What do you choose? Do you choose to move forward together or not? Season or a reason? A lesson? Or are you a blessing? That is really, truly up to you guys. But right now, someone here is taking it casually. And it's in the outcome of that week. So let's continue and start clarifying these bad boys and see what's going on here. What is this Knight of Cups? And we got Mercury retrograde. Yeah, you know these exes are going to come back. You just know it. What is this Knight of Cups, please? Clarify for Libra. I might start a subscription for you guys in the month of December. All right, just your own. Subscriptions are 4 weekly readings. It's really cheap. And you'll have all those videos for the month. All access is all signs. The extended is just a single one-off. So you can always go check out one and see if you like it. If you are watching more than your sign, I definitely highly recommend the all access. All right. Page of Cups is here. And we go into love. We go into your person, their thoughts, their feelings, their actions that they're going to take towards you and what's going on in that world. Yeah, someone's texting saying, let's meet up for coffee. Let's meet up because I want to talk from the heart and we need to have a heart-to-heart chat. And then you wait for that answer. So why is the Tower coming with the Two of Wands? Man, that heart-to-heart maybe doesn't go well. I don't know. Let me see what that is. Someone flies off the handle. Page of Wands in reverse. Oh, no. Oh. There's your High Priestess again with the Page of Wands in reverse. This is like, I don't want to know. I said all there is to say. I don't care. I don't care about your point of view. I don't care what you're saying. I don't care what you think. It's not being stubborn. This is more like not asking the questions, not wondering, not being curious. It's like being that 7-year-old, right? I gave that 7-year-old like $10 and I dropped them in a candy store. And the fucking 7-year-old doesn't care what's down aisle 3 or what's behind, curtain number 2 or what that thing tastes under that wrapper. You've got to get curious. You've got to ask the right questions because it looks like somebody here is not getting information because lack of curiosity, because of the High Priest. Well, I'm using my intuition. I don't got to say nothing. I don't got to ask nothing. So boom, the Tower goes down. Boom, the fight happens, leaving you, Libra, to say, okay, well, they're fucking immature, so I'm bouncing. That's not what's happening here. It's just somebody here is kind of like being a little stupid. I see a King of Swords down here like you. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, air energy. Aqua, strong. See Saggy back here also. Anyway, this person's available to you. Why is the High Priestess here? Well, that was fast. Oh, there they are again. When it's meant to fling out, it'll fling out. You're King of Swords. That's your other person. What I suspected. They're healing. Maybe you're healing too, but they're certainly healing. That's why there isn't a lot of talking going on between the two of you. And yes, this is the other person, third party. So why take a leap of faith and a risk, and how, Spirit? Why is that their advice for Libra? Because you need to make a sacrifice, like we said earlier about the Five of Swords. You're in a village. You know you're about to get raided. So you want to be brave. So you're going to go to the next village because you see the raiders. These people are coming to raid your village. And in the middle of the night, you go over there. And you see 5 swords. But in your mind, you say to yourself, you know what? I'm going to steal them so they can't raid us. They can't kill us with their swords. Then when you go lift the sword, you say, fuck, they weigh 50 pounds each. What am I going to do? I can't carry all of them. I have to leave 2 behind. Which 3 do you take? You start calculating. Who's the biggest, heftiest dude out here? Who's the stealthiest? You make a sacrifice. You choose. That is what it's asking you to do. Use that metaphor I just gave you to apply to your life, right? And take that leap of faith and risk and go with those choices. With those 3 of swords, you actually picked up, and leave the 2 behind because you can't carry it all. I get it. You feel left out in the cold, and you don't want to feel left out in the cold. Understood. And look at that. Right behind it is the Fool again. You know, and I know, Libra, the best fit for you is going to be the person that's most emotionally mature and available for you. All right? So let them prove that to you. Now, the Lovers, clarify, please. I wish your video was like 20 minutes long, but you know why it tends to not be? Why your videos tend to be 15 minutes approximately? Because they're easy readings. Because you know what to do in your heart of hearts. Because you always end up making the decision that you know if you make a mistake, you can go back and course correct. And not many signs are able to do that in the zodiac wheel. That's why sometimes for me, it's like, you know what's funny? My daughter, who's 10 years old, who is a Libra, sometimes I look to her for answers and she's got them. Always. It is the funniest thing. The perspective that this child has in the brain is miraculous. And that's what it's making me feel like with you. Okay, you have a lover. Yeah, okay, maybe you're making a wrong decision, but you go down that road. It's ventured, and then you go back. So it's easy to read for you. And I think you're that type of sign or person, honestly. You don't want to know much more. You don't want to have a lot of choices. You want to live day to day, step by step. All right, the Lovers didn't come out, so please, maybe I need to get back here. Libra, please. Why is Lovers here? Chariot, which is Cancer. You had every sign. The whole kitchen sink is here. Hi, kitchen sink. Welcome into Libra's reading. Isn't it fun? All right, 4 of Pentacles and the Chariot, and then voila, the King of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Hello, kitchen sink. No, just kidding. No, this is somebody emotionally mature and available. But you're holding on to someone And it can be a lover or they're holding on to you. However, you are still that driving force I just got done talking about, right? You're still leading the bus of your life, despite the positive and the negative. I can give you a speech about this, the Chariot, because I love, because this is, overcoming your obstacles. This is staying focused, regardless of what's going on around your world. You have a vision, you have a direction, you're on it. That's it. That's what you want. That's where you're going. You're overcoming your obstacles, but you are holding on to an energy that will hold you back eventually, or they will, because they're holding on to you. Now, I want you to think of this, and I put this up in my stories on TikTok. I like doing that because sometimes I feel like I'm teaching tarot too, because when you come here and we do the reading, you use this as a tool to help yourselves. I look at it like yin and yang sometimes when I look at the black and white sphinxes, because we all have a positive and a negative side, and we need both because one fuels the other. You can't have light without darkness. Imagine like you were always light and happy and such a good person, and you were always a good person, but then you're always getting trampled over by bad people. The darkness of you inside has to come forward to protect your light sometimes, so you could show people boundaries, and vice versa. Sometimes your light has to pull you back off the brink because your darkness is too much. So this is why we all have this internal struggle sometimes with ourselves. All we can do as human beings work on our construct, work on our shadow side. And if you have not gone through the dark night of the soul, thank God you haven't, but we all do. That's like when we all have our come to moment Jesus. You will come to understand this, because enlightenment is not easy to get to. We just keep going. And for me, sometimes that's the Chariot. There's my speech. But for you, I trust you. Let's see what we're going to talk about in the extended. What are we going to say? Those of you who don't know, the extended, we talk about love. We go into it about your person, their actions, their feelings. We do every sign. And then we deep dive on what Oracle wants to tell you. All right? Because your spirit guides sometimes and your angels are looking down and saying, what in the actual frangelico are they doing? What? Okay. You deserve love. That's what I thought, Libra. You do. You deserve to love and be loved. So you were tolerating something beneath you. 5 of Swords. I can live with this. But can you? Can you really? All right, let me do... Guys, if the cursing is too much, like I know it can be cringy, but this deck is from Spiritual as Fuck. They're funny. Take them with a grain of salt. They have they're salted a little bit with truth, but they're salted. So that said, Libra. Guys, I'm sorry, but yes, there's plenty of expletives in these cards. I don't know what might come out, so forewarned. Libra. Libra, please. Damn, my thumb is killing me. I'm starting to get carpal tunnel in the thumb. It's not funny. No, it's not. Ouch. Okay, meditation. Aka, shutting the fuck up for a few minutes. Yes, friends, you need to meditate. Lots of people say they don't know how to meditate. You are no longer allowed to be one of them. Shut up for a few minutes. See what happens. Yup, that's what the Buddha did. Then you do it too. Try it in the shower. Try it while cooking. Try it while gardening. Just try it. It works. It really does. It doesn't work for you on day 1. It might not work on day 2. But day 3, you're going to start seeing shit like, wow, why didn't I think of that before? Friend, it was always there. You just needed to meditate on it. Holding on to resentments is like taking a shit in your own heart. What in the actual hell are they talking about? Yeah, it's that gross and pointless. Let that shit go. Look up a loving kindness meditation on the internet and then go do it. Focusing on love is like taking a baby wipe to your heart. Very cute and gross at the same time. It's so funny. I went over a friend's house once. That's neither here nor there. But I went over a friend's house, and in their bathroom they had that sign, "Let that shit go." It was right over the toilet. And she was going through a breakup, and I was like, I think we need to take a visit to your toilet. And she's like, why? What's in there? And I take her into her own bathroom. I'm like, there it is. Let that shit go. She started laughing. But anyway, yes. All right, guys, that's it. Members, subscribers, extenders. I'll see you over there. Everyone else, I'll see you possibly next week.